What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another big flounder video. As you may know, we've got Final Kombat coming up soon, which is the absolute, penultimate final tournament of the Mortal Kombat tournaments that have been going on recently. Combo Breaker, everything that's been happening is leading up to this. As you also may know, this tournament has had some drama surrounding it. Cyrax got reverted right before it, and Sickhander called out Sonic Fox. I made a video about this whole situation in my previous video if you want to go check that out, so link will be in the description for that. Regardless, Final Kombat is still on and Cyrax is still reverted. So, with that being said, I'm going to be going over the top 5 teams that I personally believe will be running this tournament and will also be running Kombat League until the next patch. Before we begin, my name is Big Flounder. I make fighting game content and I stream fighting games every single day on my Twitch and YouTube channel, so I'd love to see you there. I'll be live around 7 p.m. EST. Enjoy the video. So first and foremost on our list, one of the most used characters in the entire game in Combo Breaker. We saw this character in almost every single game, Peacemaker. And not just Peacemaker, Peacemaker Kano. Now, Peacemaker can be used with a variety of cameos, honestly, because this character is just absolutely nuts. But I think Kano has a significant advantage over the other cameos, including Cyrax and Kameleon, that kind of makes him a little bit more, I guess, annoying to deal with, and also gives Kano Peacemaker a bit more of an edge against the safety of his just everything. So the reason that Kano is a little bit better with Peacemaker is this one reason right here. Kano Ball and the knives. Now you can use both of these moves to just make everything that Peacemaker does completely safe. You want to go for one of these, throw the knives out, boom, just like that, you're completely safe. You can get full screen, you can get your pressure started with the knives. It's very disgusting. And the reason Kano is better than a character like Cyrax for pressure is because for Peacemaker, you can just travel full screen and keep Kano safe. So not only are you safe, but Kano himself is also safe as well. So now you can keep Kano away from the enemy, make sure he doesn't get hit, and travel full screen. Not to mention this move has armor, so if they want to do anything about it, they're just dead. Very annoying tool. Not to mention Peacemaker's ridiculous zoning. He can just turn on his force field, avoid all projectiles, bring Kano out for Kano balls, keep doing this shit, bring out an Eagly, get a full screen combo if he wants to, and if he decides to, I don't know, if he just wants to get close to you, if you're deciding to counter zone him and you're winning the fight, he can always just armor through your projectile and throw Kano out. And just like that, you're in a huge disadvantage point, even though he just used one of his most unsafe moves. This team is absolutely broken. Quite unfun to watch if you were to ask me, but we're going to see it a lot anyway. We might end up seeing a lot of Peacemaker Cyrax and Peacemaker Kameleon as well, just because this character is really, really disgusting, so you can just pair him with anybody in the game, realistically. You can pair him with Cyrax, Kameleon, pair him with Shujinko for all I care. This character is still ridiculous. Finally, if the person who's zoning just can't zone anymore, all they need to do is switch to Kameleon, just the best cameo in the game, and everything turns just completely one-sided. Because Peacemaker Kameleon has this disgusting mix-up with him, where you can either go with the grab and get a full combo that way, or if they decide to duck the grab, let's say they're finally ducking your grab, you just send out the Melina overhead, so that way they can't duck you anymore. It's really obnoxious. This character has so many tools, full screen combos as well. Can really just do anything that he wants with Kameleon because Kameleon is just the best cameo in the game. So I think that we're going to see an absolute fuck ton of Peacemaker Kameleon and Peacemaker Kano, possibly Peacemaker Cyrax as well in in Final Kombat, and probably a lot in the higher leagues of Kombat League as well. This character is just ridiculous. Next up is a fan favorite in Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage is also one of the most played characters in every tournament. This character is pretty much like, you see a Peacemaker versus Johnny Cage matchup in like every other match, it seems, when I was watching Combo Breaker, and I imagine it's going to be the exact same way with Final Kombat. Very similar to Peacemaker, Johnny Cage is just a disgusting character and can be played with a variety of different cameos. You see Johnny Cage Kameleon, which I personally think is Johnny Cage's best cameo. You see a lot of Johnny Cage Cyrax nowadays because Cyrax is buffed again and he allows for some crazy corner combos. You're probably going to see some Johnny Cage Kano, although I do think that Cyrax is significantly better for Johnny than Kano is, but we'll find out during Final Kombat. Regardless, Johnny Cage Kameleon has some absolutely disgusting tools. For starters, you get an incredible amount of overhead low mix-ups. This move ends in a low, doesn't combo from the low. However, It also has an overhead, but the overhead is very slow and reactable. You know what's not slow and not reactable? Melina Ball Roll. So all you have to do is use Kameleon there instead. You get a very nice mix-up. You also get zoning with Kameleon, which Johnny Cage lacks severely, which allows him to just do a lot of really good, really crazy stuff from full screen. Johnny Cage is such a quick wave dash, so he can just get full screen combos that way. Not to mention that Johnny Cage has some of the best combo damage in the game, and Kameleon only enhances that. The fan lift will get you out of damage. If let's say Reptile is doing a full combo on me, if I just use Katana's fan lift, you can use that move to get out of things. It's a get out of jail free card. So there's a lot that Kameleon does for Johnny Cage. I think that also throw combos as well. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on it, but I am not a very good Johnny Cage player, so I'm not sure. I decided not to stay away from this character the second I saw how much of a biohazard he was when this game came out, so forgive me if I'm not the best Johnny. But this character has so many innate overhead low mix-ups that you can just start mixing in your Kameleon stuff and just keep them guessing at all times. You can also throw a Kameleon right after this, keep them very annoyed. The pushback on this move is so ridiculous that some characters can't even punish it. So Kameleon has a lot of great tools for matchups like this. All in all, I don't have too much to say about Johnny because we've seen this character take over tournaments for a very long time. Everyone knows this character has really good frames, really disgusting buttons, and the nerfs they did to him really didn't do shit. His health nerf, who cares? His one button got nerfed, but he still has 6 frame moves. This character has so many disgusting, horrifying tools, and I can already tell that we're going to see him all the time during Final Combat. So prepare yourselves for some Johnny Cage Kameleon, and probably some Johnny Cage Cyrax as well. Next up, we have the original menace of this game, one of the scariest characters in Mortal Kombat 1 when Cyrax was as broken as he is now, is Baraka Cyrax. Some of you newer players may not be familiar with how broken this combo is, so let me just give you an example of what Baraka Cyrax can actually do. First of all, Cyrax makes Baraka's combos do a lot more damage. He is probably Baraka's best cameo in general, so Baraka is eating with this update. Yeah, I'm doing 40% with 1 bar on Baraka, and Baraka has some of the best pressure in the entire game, so 40% is going to be getting done quite a bit with this character because he has innate overhead low mix-ups that are just really annoying to deal with. Next up, we have what Cyrax is best known for, his chip damage, and I'm going to turn Reptile's health up a little bit so you can watch just how much damage this is actually doing to his health bar. Just take a look. He blocked all of that and still got 22% damage done to him. So let's say the round's about to end, right? This guy is on 22 health. Where's his health bar? He is on 22 health. I'm gonna set him there exactly, right? The game's about to end. He has an obvious health lead over me, but he has no break. Even if he has break, he has no more bar. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. He dies there. This man is dead. He dies no matter what. This character's chip damage is ridiculous, and you can flawless block his gaps in his strings to negate the chip damage, but the problem with that is, if you fail that, if you mess that up, you're getting hit with a 40% Baraka combo. And, oh wait, I forgot to mention Baraka's most broken attribute. Let's say I decide to end one of my combos without the Baraka ender, or the Cyrax ender, I just go with one of these. And now he's blocking. Watch his health bar for me. Oh my god. It's like he wasn't even blocking. The amount of chip damage that Baraka can do if he ends his strings in down back 1, back forward 1, anything that gets them bleeding, even his fatal blow, which, by the way, if you didn't know, one of the most broken fatal blows in the entire game. Hang on, that was bad range. Awkward. one of the best fatal blows in the entire game, does all this damage and keeps that bleeding buff on them for even more chip damage. Baraka Cyrax is going to be able to just blend people even when they're blocking, and this is going to be one of the most disgustingly horrifying comps in the entire game. We already saw Baraka a little bit during Combo Breaker, but with Cyrax, I think that Baraka is going to absolutely run the game. And in Combat League, Baraka Cyrax is going to go back to running the meta. This combo is very hard for a lot of characters or players to block against, and I can already see right now that Baraka Cyrax is going to be a big problem. Next up, we have a kind of a surprising pick, and honestly a character that I put little to no time into, so don't cook me if the Tanya combos aren't that good. But Tanya Goro is actually a really strong comp. Tanya Goro and an honorable mention I'm going to go ahead and include here, Kung Lao Goro, are both very strong for one reason and one reason only, and that is the ability to have wake-up combos. Armored combos are just really disgusting in this game, and Tanya plus Goro has one of the best in general. So Tanya's armor move is this disgusting 4-kick move that does 11% damage. It is very quick, 14 frame startup, does a lot of damage, and is very hard to do anything against because it's 4 hits. Well, if you add Goro to the mix, what happens to this move? You can just combo off of it. You can straight up get combos off of this move. So not only do you have one of the coolest armor, or one of the best armors in the game, but now you can get full combos off this move. Like I said, I don't know the optimal Tanya combos at all, but this alone is a really disgusting tool. Not to mention, you have this gigantic slide. What happens if you put Goro in here? You get a combo off this as well. You can really do whatever you want, and I don't know how Fatal Blow is going to scale with this. Let's just go ahead and take a look. We're going to find out together. Let's just say you hit a slide. You dodge one of the projectiles, you get a slide off, and you have Fatal Blow. How much damage are you doing for that? You're doing 42% for hitting a slide. Jesus. And that's not to mention that Tanya has one of the best counters in the entire game. This move is a 6-frame startup and gives her a stack of her teleport buff. And her teleport buff is one of Tanya's best tools because this teleport is safe and can be used for jump-ins. But this counter is super heavily underrated by Tanya players, as it is just really one of the best tools. Shout out to one of my friends, Revit Leafing, for showing me how busted this move is, because they're one of the best Tanya players I know, and they use this parry on me like no other. I couldn't move a damn muscle. This move is really strong, and I suspect that if we see a Tanya player in final top 8, they're going to be using this move quite a bit. Tanya also has some of the best range in the game, honestly. She has really good projectiles. Wait, what's her projectile button? She has really good projectiles. She has this incredibly long range tool right here. It's a 17 frame move, but it's a high, so it's duckable, but still. The range on this tool, this is just her 3 button. You press 3, it goes this far. You get a little throw after it. I'm pretty sure you can do some Goro stuff after that, but I don't think I'm good enough to do that, so you can't, I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure you can get a Goro combo after this as well. Maybe if you do something like this, I know you can. Yeah, if you do something like that, I know you can get a Goro combo off of it, so keep that in mind. Tanya also has this insane low move, which if you bring Goro, guess what? It can combo. Of course it can. Bring Goro and everything that Tanya does combos. This character has some ridiculous potential in this game, seriously. So with Tanya's insane range, one of the best armor tools in the game, and Goro making her combo off of damn near everything, plus making her safe on anything that she uses on block. I don't think I showcased that off. Let's just go ahead and showcase Goro's safeness if you didn't know how this works already. You hit her with something unsafe, bring Goro in, hold up. Unsafe, Goro's in, now all of a sudden you're -2. I was going to be minus 22. Now I'm only -2. So I don't have to worry about, oh, actually, I can be plus if I time Goro correctly. But it takes correct timing, and you got to know when to do it, because they can interrupt some things with, like, armor or whatever. But Goro can be used to make yourself plus, make yourself safe, make yourself really whatever you want to be. Goro is ridiculous. All of that combined makes Tanya my number 4 pick for the top 5 best comps in the game. And finally, for the 5th and final best team in Mortal Kombat 1 right now, we have Kenshi Cyrax. Now, a lot of you might be confused. You've only really seen Kenshi with characters like Frost or Sub-Zero because of the freeze. The freeze is very helpful for bringing Sento out. Well, allow me to show you why Cyrax is better than freeze characters. Freeze characters are very helpful for Kenshi because you can freeze them and then bring Sento out, which is very nice because Sento is honestly kind of hard to set up if you don't have a cameo, he's kind of difficult to just wing out there because it's punishable if Sento just uses it out of nowhere. But with a freeze cameo, you can just go ahead and use that and get Sento started without having to worry about anything like that. Sento is a very, very difficult tool to get out there, but once you do, it's just game over. That's why players love to use freeze cameos, because you can just freeze the player, and then just get Sento out there without having to worry about anything. The only issue with that is, however, is that to freeze the player, you actually have to hit them, and Kenshi doesn't have the most tools to open the players up while he doesn't have Sento out. The way to fix that is Kenshi Cyrax. Now what Cyrax actually does is he allows you to bring Sento out even if the opponent is blocking. And just like that, I have Sento out and I can start my Sento pressure. I can do literally whatever I want here. Sento plus Cyrax is just like, it's just GG. You literally cannot escape this pressure. It is just so ridiculously strong. And let's not forget, Kenshi at any point in the game could just be like, oh, I want Sento back. He can just spend a bar of his meter to re-summon Sento out of nowhere, which I think is the most broken tool in the game. And obviously everyone knows this, but you have your overhead low mix-ups when you have Sento out. You can just do so much with this character. And anytime you lose Sento, you really don't need to do anything except for get a hit, even if they're blocking or if they're not blocking. Let's say Reptile is no longer blocking. I can do this off of hit or on a hit as well. So let's just say I get one of these hits. Just like that, Sento is out. I think I can combo from that as well, but I'm not Ninja Killer, so I can't. But if I were a Kenshi player, this would be like a holy grail to me, because now I don't even need to just hit them with anything. I don't even need to freeze them. I don't need to do any of that shit. I can just literally get them on a block string. The second they're in a block string, I pull Sento out and get them in an infinite block string. Because now, the second I get Sento out, all I have to do is spam. All I have to do is spam, legitimately. And they're just stuck here. Like, what do you do about this? You just get chip damage done to you the whole time. You're just stuck getting chipped out by Sento and Kenshi, and you really are just stuck here. And plus, like I said, Kenshi has overhead low mix-ups. He can throw while Sento's out. He can just do so much. Kenshi Cyrax is a really scary tool. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, those are the top 5 best teams in Mortal Kombat 1 right now. These are the teams that you can use in Combat League, in tournaments, and just absolutely rip your opponents to shreds. These teams have a pretty significant advantage over everyone else, and I suspect we're going to see them quite a bit at Final Combat. With all said and done though, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a huge favor, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I make Mortal Kombat content and fighting game content in general now, and I also stream every single night on my YouTube and Twitch channel, so be sure to follow those. I also have a Discord server in the description below where you'll get updates. If I'm not streaming for some reason, I'll post it there. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.